Hello and welcome. So this video today is about stitch in the ditch. I think that everybody needs to be able to stitch in the ditch. It's not that difficult. It just takes a little bit of practice, but I've got some great tips for you in this video to be successful at your stitch in the ditch. So enjoy, leave me a comment, and if you're enjoying these videos, check out the Quilters Groove Design Academy at lisahkaye.com for all the information. If you have any questions, just shoot me an email. All right, so I've got my top loaded. The first thing I'm going to do is stitch in the ditch. And typically I stitch in the ditch and I use Aurifil's invisible thread. I love it. It's super fine, but for this particular one, I am going to use this really light pink. And the reason I am is because my entire quilt is going to be quilted in that color. So even my background fills. So if I wobble and bobble a little bit, I'm not going to be too concerned. So I have my favorite ruler here. This is my Pro Mini. The reason I like this is it fits nicely in my hand. So if you are looking to purchase a ruler for stitch in the ditch, bigger is not better. Find something that fits comfortably in your hands. I designed this one specifically for my little hands, and I absolutely love it. Now, you want to make sure you have a ruler base on your machine for this. Do not attempt to do it without. You also need to make sure that you have a ruler foot. So let me show you what that's going to look like. So a ruler foot, Bernina has two different ones, but this one in particular, you'll notice that this has a higher lip to it, right? So it will ride along the edge of the ruler. Now, for you Bernina users out there, if you're struggling with having your ruler hop up or get hit by the needle, right? One of the things I'm going to tell you is set your machine so the needle stops in the down position. If you don't, what happens is there's that possibility that the ruler can slide underneath your foot. Okay, so if you notice when the foot is in the up position, my ruler can slide underneath of it. When the foot is down, it can't. So that's what you want to eliminate. So typically when you start quilting, your foot could be up like this, and you could put your ruler here, and as soon as you start quilting, this comes down onto your ruler and hits it. So you want to really make sure that that is not happening, all right? So you really want to make sure that that foot is in that down position. So there's a couple different modes you can be on. You can obviously use manual mode if you'd like. I typically use the cruise mode, kind of. It's BSR 1 on the Bernina. And there I set my stitches per inch and I put that at 10. And then my RPMs are set at 250, which means that the needle is going to keep moving when I stop. BSR 2, or true stitch regulated mode, I don't use this, but that is when you stop and the needle stops. I don't like that because I like to make sure that my machine is actually stopped when I'm moving my ruler, because I don't want to bump it and have to pull out stitches. So there's that. So make sure you set. When you're holding your ruler, I hold with my right hand and I hold with my left hand and I drive with my right hand. Don't know why I thought it was the opposite, but that's how I roll. You want to make sure that it's similar to cutting, like keep a couple fingers on your ruler and a couple fingers off your ruler, right? And you don't want to press down really hard. If you press down really hard, you're not going to be able to move your machine really well. One of the things that I find helpful is you can also wear machingers as you are quilting. It tends to help just a little bit. Let me find mine. I don't know where I put them. So you can wear machingers as you're quilting as well. It helps your hand if you're doing a lot of work. It doesn't fatigue as much. So let's get started. So I'm going to just start here, pull my thread up, and I'm going to take a couple of stitches. You'll notice my needle's down, which means that my foot is down. I'm going to move my needle or move my ruler into position. I'm stitching actually on the low side of the ditch. So my seam is pressed this way. So the bulk of the fabric is this way. So I'm going to actually be stitching on the white fabric. And I just go nice and slow. It's not a race. Ruler work is slow and steady, and it's all about precision. When you come to this one, I can place my ruler back here if I'd like, or I can place it in front. So I don't necessarily have a preference that I do all of the time. Just depends on the piece that I'm working on. So I want you to experiment and see, do you like the front or do you like the back? it.